The second thing that you can do right now to ensure that the rest of this year is the best year of your life is to write down your vision for your life, your grandest vision in every area of life that you can conceive, including business and career, relationships, money and wealth, health and well-being, material possessions, self-image and self-confidence, and also environment. So literally list those categories and then begin to write down in handwriting, if you can, your grandest vision of things that you really desire. The best case scenario, like what would be the best case scenario in each of these categories for you if there was no limitation. List them all down and start to create this vision and this story of how your grandest self would be living in all these areas. Write them down in as much detail as possible, because by doing this you're really creating a full picture. You're creating a movie and a story, and you're starting to build the kind of destination, I guess you could say, that will really have you setting big goals, because now you've put the destination into your GPS. So in a sense, you'll kind of know which direction that you want to go. Whereas if you're just kind of sitting around hoping for a better life, that isn't really a great destination to get to, because what does a better life look like? A better life can look so different for so many people. By having such a broad generalization or a blurry vision of where you want to go, it's really going to be hard for you to start building things and taking actionable steps and working towards a blurry vision. Whereas when you start to really carve and map out certain things that you want, then you can start taking actionable steps and you can start energizing these certain goals and chunking them down and really having something greater than yourself to live for. And that is what life is. Life is all about growth. Life is all about reaching for the next thing and evolving and becoming and learning. I truly believe that by you writing down your grandest visions, then we can really start to understand, okay, this is the direction that I actually really want to go in. And some of these answers really might surprise you, because maybe you've been living your life up until this point for everyone else except yourself. Or maybe you've been living the version of reality that is socially acceptable by your greater community. But I think that this time of COVID and this time of this kind of flipping upside down of our society as we know it is really bringing to light how important it is just to follow whatever is in your heart and do whatever it is that you want to do, because you can look after yourself the best. And so by you following your dreams and by you turning your dreams and passions into reality, not only are you going to set yourself up for a more incredible, adventurous, but also really stable future, but you will start to inspire others around you to do the same, because you are daring to dream. And so you are almost helping others give themselves permission to dare to dream. With this carved out vision, go ahead and select images that you find online on websites such as Pinterest, or even just a Google image search will do. Pick out images that visually represent these certain things that you have decided that you want for yourself in life, and go to a collage website. I really like Canva because it does have some free options, and literally paste all those images that really get you going and really make you excited and make you feel something, and create a vision board on Canva. If you want, I would also suggest to create a cardboard version that you can stick around the home, but essentially you want to start surrounding yourself with the images of what this would look like and what this would feel like to have these certain things. And I like to put these vision boards in every kind of high contact area. So right now I have one on my laptop background, and I have it as my lock and home screen on my iPhone. But you can also put them in like your bedroom or other high traffic areas of the house, somewhere that you're going to look at it often. And even just being able to visually look at things that really trigger you in that incredible way is going to really subconsciously start to push you in that direction. That is another thing that you can begin to do right now, is not only create this grandest vision of your life, but also start to visualize it and utilize vision boards to really help you get there. The next thing that you can really do during this time to make sure that you still have the best year of your life going forward is to get your money and your finances sorted. Now we are stuck at home. Now we cannot do certain things. And now is the biggest and most incredible opportunity to really get to know your money. The first thing that I would highly recommend that you do is, if you have any kind of debt, big or small, get your total number of all your debt going. And it can sound like an incredibly scary thing to do. However, through experience, I have found that it's actually scarier when you don't quite know how much it is you owe. And while it still lingers in the shadows, it kind of feels like that monster, right? But once you bring that number to light, it no longer feels scary and it feels like something that you can tackle. And then once you've figured out your number, then write down all your debts from smallest to biggest and start tackling these debts in that order. And that way I have found to be incredibly effective psychologically in terms of your money, mentally and emotionally, because you're getting the little things out of the way, and then in turn you're kind of moving on to the bigger beast and the bigger beast and the bigger beast. When you start knocking over those bigger ones, your self-confidence will increase. Obviously your financial situation will become a lot better, but also your mental and emotional state will improve because you're no longer kind of being pulled in all these different directions. And so if there's any big opportunity that I would really push you towards for the second half of this year to really turn your life around, it is this. Really look at your money, get your debts in order, get your ducks in a row and start tackling it, because honestly, the change that it will have on your life is immeasurable. Through focusing on my own wealth and finances this year, in that way, I have managed to tackle over $10,000 of consumer debt in the past 5 months alone. And so I'm telling you this from experience, from someone that has done it, from someone that is sitting on the other side of $10,000 paid off, that you can do it too. And all you need to do is to start believing and wrapping your mind around the fact that it can be done, but also taking actionable steps like the ones I've just outlined to you in order to get that debt gone once and for all. In terms of money, I also really love this advice that I read in the book, The Richest Man in Babylon. It is simply that you put aside 10% of your earnings, whatever it is you earn, whether it's weekly, monthly, or fortnightly, put it aside and save it just for you and don't spend it. And essentially this will kind of grow this wealth nest egg, and the longer you sit on it, the more that your confidence will grow and the more that your sense of security will grow as well. And so that is something that is incredible advice and one of the best teachings from this book, The Richest Man in Babylon. And it's almost like a promise to you, right? It's a promise that you're also taking care of yourself. And so that's another thing that you can do during this time to make sure that by the end of the year, you are that much better off. You know that you're looked after, and the person that's looking after you is you. And honestly, there is no better feeling than knowing that you are taking care of yourself. The final tip that I have for you that you can begin implementing right now to have the best year of your life is to begin opportunity journaling. And essentially what opportunity journaling is asking yourself a series of thought-provoking questions and then writing down the answer in your own handwriting. And in essence, this is a way for you to kind of take stock and almost get that third-person perspective of what's going on in your life by asking certain questions. I recommend that you acquire a dedicated notebook or journal for journaling purposes, because you don't want to start getting distracted by lists and everyday tasks, because that can really diffuse that potent energy that you're going to start creating with this opportunity journaling. Some of the things that you can write down as kind of headings or questions to prompt you to begin writing are, number 1, all the ways in which life is working out for me. And then you just want to list all the ways at the moment that life is working out for you. Another one that you can definitely use that is super potent is, what opportunity can I find in this moment that I'm experiencing right now? And just write down all the opportunities that kind of come up to you in that moment, big or small. Of course, I had to put one with gratitude in there. Another one that I really recommend to you is, I am so grateful for this situation that I'm in right now. As the common saying goes, where your focus goes, energy flows. And so you may have opportunity around you already, but if you're choosing to focus on all the ways in which life is not turning out for you right now, you are only going to see those things. And this is the way in which you can start making shifts for free right where you are right now in order to start getting you thinking differently. Because to be honest, the version of you that is achieving, the version of you that is living their best life, and that version of you that is having that incredible year is not thinking the way that you have been thinking, because the way that you have been thinking has led to the reality that you're currently experiencing now. So in essence, you want to start to change the way that you're thinking in order to match that version of you that is taking stock, that is seeing and taking opportunity, and that is living that abundant life where they are manifesting and attracting abundance and certain things happening for them in order to have that incredible experience. As a little bonus, I wasn't going to put this in here, but I think that it's super important for you to know as well, and that is just to take action on your desires. Sometimes action can be the scariest thing to begin, but once you've got the ball rolling, it will come so naturally to you. And action doesn't have to be this big life-altering kind of action or choice that's going to really, scare the crap out of you. It can be big or small, but you really want to start getting the momentum going. So whatever you're passionate about, just take that first step. The first step is always the hardest in anything. Once you've taken that first step, you are able to grow in confidence and the knowledge that you are going to be okay, and that there is actually amazing things on the other side of you taking those scary few steps. So honestly, I know I keep saying it, but one of the biggest gifts that you can give yourself during this time is to really commit and promise to yourself and take those actions and take those baby steps that are going to lead you down the path towards your destiny. Because honestly, you are worth it. And this is how life changes for the better. And if there's no opportunity to do so then when are you going to do it? Because honestly, we don't have anywhere to go right now. We don't have anything else to be doing. And yes, some of you may still be working, and I'm not really talking about that in that essence, but sometimes when you have so much stripped away from you and so many things taken away from you, you can really start to focus on the core of what's important. And so taking those steps and promising yourself that you're going to start working towards your goals and your dreams and your desires in whatever way that you see fit, or whatever way that you are inspired by, is honestly, there is no bigger gift that you can give to yourself. Thank you so much for joining me on this video, and I will see you in the next one. Remember that you can be, do, and have anything that you want in this life. You just have to choose it. Love you so much. Bye.